Hey guys, it is Thursday here in West Virginia, and today is kind of a follow-up video from yesterday's unboxing of some lowriders. As I mentioned, I was going to do a showcase on the 71 Buick Riviera and a showcase on the 59 Chevy Impala from Revell. And instead of doing two separate videos, I'm just going to do the two together because there's not that many of each one. There's 9 of each. We'll start with the Riviera because it's the most straightforward one. And here are all of them. There's 9 different versions. And I don't remember all the names of the vehicles. Some have names, some don't. It just depends, when the car was produced or whatever. If it was a lowrider magazine or just a lowrider, I think had something to do with it. If the cars were actual cars or just ones that were made up by the Revell design team. So this one here is green with a dragon on the hood. I think it had a name on the vehicle for the vehicle. I don't recall which one or what it was called. But it is a pretty cool car, and there's only one version of this one. Sometimes they have 2 versions, which we will go over that in just a moment. And this was found in just a regular blister pack lineup, nothing special. Now, these 2 on top, these are the same car, except the paint schemes are different colors. And this is called something ruby, if I'm remembering right. As you can see, it's got a woman on the hood and pretty cool paint job. It's like a candy red with some gold. I don't know if I would call that ribbon print or tribal. I think it's more of like ribbon style graphics. And the red and black interior, pretty cool. And all gold trim. And this is also one that was released in the blister pack. Now, this guy here is the counterpart to that car. It's done in gold with red ribbon trim, and it's got a pink interior. Same graphic on the hood with the woman. Now this one, it was in the keychain series, so it does not have the functioning deck lid, but as I mentioned yesterday, some of these you can lightly pry on and the deck lid will pop up, but the inner part is not going to be detailed. You will have the batteries and pumps, but you will have to paint them if you do get your trunk to open. The detail's just not there. Excuse me. And they did that for the purpose of the trunk not flopping up and down in your pocket and breaking off, I assume. That's the reason why. And this one, instead of having gold trim, it has all chrome trim. But it does have the light gold center Dayton's, like the red one. I guess they figured the gold paint was enough for it. They did not need to put gold trim. I don't know. Now, the next 2 in here, as I mentioned yesterday, they kind of look the same. Just, it almost looks like a shade variation, but it's a little more in depth than that. This is the one we looked at yesterday that came in the regular blister pack. This is the, I don't know, I just call it the casino car. And it's done in the aqua color. I guess that's what I call turquoise, more like a turquoise. And then the Tampo print goes with this one much better than that one. Although with this one here, since we already looked at that yesterday, I'm not going to spend much time on it. This guy here came in the lowrider figurine series, and that's the only time I've ever seen this metallic green available. I don't think it came in the regular single car blister pack. It came only in the figurine setup. Now, as you can see, the green, as I was mentioning yesterday, is very beautiful, like candy green. And it also goes well with the casino stuff, the cards, the roulette table, and stuff like that. And you got your slot machine there and such. And the reason I say it goes well with it, because usually the tables in casinos have that green felt on it that is similar in this case to that shade of green. So pretty cool. And this one has all gold on it, where that one does too. So they both are running all gold trim, which is cool. So they did not change up that part. And the interiors are the same. This one's white with the turquoise insert. Oh, wrong car. And this one is white with the turquoise insert. So they're pretty much the same interiors, unlike the other two there. Now, the next one, this guy has a name, and I forget what it was. Something about a clown. And anyways, it's because, well, he's got a clown on the hood. And these are very, I don't know, primitive graphics. They're not very nicely done. The skyline on the side is okay, but they could have probably done a little better with the tampos and such. This car is very easy to find and very reasonably priced. Usually at $20 or less when you do find this one. This is one of the cheapest Revell Lowriders that you can pick up. I bought a ton of them for customs. This is what I use to build my wagons, the Vista Cruisers, because the chassis works out pretty good on the Vista Cruiser. And now this does have a counterpart in yellow. And the interior is slightly different. This is white and light blue, where this is all like turquoise or light blue and such, and same graphics and such, same everything except the yellow. I actually think the white looks better, in my opinion, and I think it would have I don't know, been better to put the all turquoise interior in the white one too, but that's just my 2 cents on it. But the other two down here, these are ones that, these two right here also were offered only in the single pack. Same thing with these guys down here. The black one I really like. It has like a 70s style paint job on it from Lowriding. Maybe lacking a little bit of detail. There would have been more pinstriping, maybe another layer of patterns inside, but it does go with like the typical like 70s stuff, where the graphics kind of follow along with the body lines on the car, which are pretty cool. Like the interior too, it's blue and pink to match the outside graphics, which is really cool. This I think is my favorite Riv out of all of them. This one and this guy here. These are my top two in the Rivs. This orange is really cool. Once again, some striping kind of corresponding with the body lines and such. And the orange looks really nice with an off-white color interior. Gold center spokes with chrome trim and such. And some of these have a little bit of tail light detail, whereas others don't. You can see this one's got a red, and it is okay, yeah, they do have different plates. One says Lowrider, one says Too Low. But yeah, it's just kind of funny how they put more detail in on certain ones, and there's nothing different about the series. They were all found in the blister packs, except for, as I said, this is the keychain one, and this one came with the figurine. But all the other ones were just regular blister pack cars. So it's kind of weird to see that some had a lot more detail than others. I've noticed that with like the Impalas, the 64s, especially the 64s and 61 also. There's a couple where there's like no window trim, like this guy here. This is the Tangerine Dream one. There's no window trim detail, no door handle trim, nothing. It's just all tangerine with some pattern style graphics. And it's actually a pretty cool car too. The paint job, everything, it's really nicely done. Lowrider, I wish they would have put more detail in it, but they didn't. And then all the other ones have a bunch of details, so it's kind of crazy. So anyways, this is the 59 Chevy. There are 7 different lowriders and 2 from the collectible Chevy line. We'll go ahead and start with the collectible Chevy line to get those out of the way. Now, these were just in regular blister pack, but they were not lowriders. They were in, once again, collectible Chevy series. They did the 70 Monte Carlo and every year Impala that they produce from Revell in that collectible Chevy lineup. And most had 2 variations, but for some reason, the 61 Chevy only had 1 variation of it. But mostly all the other years in the 70 Monte had 2 variations. Kind of strange. But as you can see, the trunk lid does not open too easily on this one. Now, I did get the trunk to open on one of mine, and yeah, it's this guy here. So this came from the collectible Chevy. As I said, the trunk lids are still casted separately. As you can see, this is really weird because this one actually has the detail in the trunk, and I did not do that. The pumps, the batteries, and I took this right off the card myself and just did a base swap on it. So that's really kind of crazy that everything's detailed and they still yet tried to seal it closed. So kind of wild. This is like a silver blue color. And once again, it had the stock like spinner hubcaps with the wide white wall tires, non-adjustable base on it. But I ended up getting another 59 Chevy and swapping the base. And that's the same thing with the brown and white two-tone that we started to look at first. This is a collectible Chevy. And this one, I never got the deck lid to open on it. We base swapped it, so it does have the adjustable base on it now. I do that with all the collectible Chevys when I do get them. I'm still missing both 63 Chevy Impalas from the collectible Chevy lineup, but I do have all the other ones, and they've all been base swapped to look like a Revell Lowrider. Now, the other one that I've slightly modified was this guy here. This one came in the later model releases where they were in an all plastic clamshell style package. And most of them, I don't know why they decided to do this, but a lot of, not all of them, but most had 5 spokes or 6 spokes on them. And I don't know why they did that, but they did. So what I did when I opened the car, I got rid of the 6 spokes and put a set of Revell wire spokes on it from one of their bomb releases. So that way it looks more like an everyday lowrider. So it looks really good. I do like this two-tone style paint job. It looks like a factory two-tone job with some ghosted in flames. So that is pretty sweet. Now, this guy here is probably the easiest and the cheapest 59 Chevy Impala to find in the Revell lineup. And it came both ways. It came in a all plastic clamshell style package, and also was available on the card with the blister and such. But yeah, this one was probably, and still is probably, the cheapest one to acquire. Now, one thing I just noticed the other day when I was going through these, that This one here has a name on the package. It's called Hot Pink. And it's, well, Hot Pink 59 Impala with the pink and white two-tone interior with a green and yellow faded kind of flame job on it. And then this guy here is the counterpart to it. Same paint job, just different colors, obviously. And the interior is like two-tone green and white. No, actually it's not. That's just a reflection going inside. So this is an all white interior, whereas this one is pink and white two-tone. But they have the same exact style graphics. But for some reason this one did not obtain a name. And it doesn't have as much detail in the flames as the Hot Pink, but it does have gold center wire spokes, which are very nice. This is one of the harder to find ones, this variation here. And then we have this orange one here, which is also one that is getting tougher to find and usually goes for around 40 bucks or so, just like this one here, between 30 and 40, but more likely to find them for around 40 than you are 30. But anyways, the last two we're going to look at is the tribal, and once again, I'm probably pronouncing this wrong, Aguave, something like that. That is this guy here. And it also has this rear etched glass where none of the other ones do. I think this 59 Chevy is the only one that had etched glass out of all of the Revell Lowriders. Now, some of them have the Lowrider logo, the little guy with the sunglasses in the window. Some of them do. For example, like this S10 has one on the passenger side of the windshield. But now for the etching, like drawing, I think the 59 Chevy Tribal Aguavo, if I'm pronouncing that right, is the only one that had the etching. Now the keychain one we looked at yesterday is the counterpart to this. As you can see, it's the same graphics, just different color layout. And this one has the white and green two-tone interior, where this one has just an all pink interior. Oh no, all red, sorry. And it does have the etched glass. And it's a very sweet looking car. This one is very, very hard to come across. As I said, it took me several months to find one that was priced reasonably. It was actually at auction, and I got it for a little over 40 bucks, which in my opinion is a good deal for this car, because the other examples that I had found a couple months prior to that, they were carded and unassembled, but they went for way over 80 bucks. So I wasn't ready to pay that for the car, because honestly, the 59 Chevy is very cool, and it's actually one of my favorite Impalas. But when it comes to the collectability in the Revell world, it's probably the cheapest of all the Impalas, followed by maybe the 61. But the other models, like the 71 Riviera, is also a fairly priced casting. So if you're just starting out collecting the Revell Lowriders, probably the 71 Riviera, the 59 Impala, and the 70 Monte Carlo are going to be the most price-friendly cars to start with. But anyways, guys, that's it for the showcase today on all of the Rivieras and all of the Impalas released from Revell. And I hope to do this in the future with some of the others, like the 64, the 61, and the 63, and then the 70 Monte, the 77 Monte, the Regals, and the Cadillacs, and the S10s. I still have to acquire 2 S10s, though, to be able to do this full breakdown of all the castings from Revell. that had the adjustable suspension and models that didn't, but can be changed easily to an adjustable suspension. So that's it, guys. We'll be back again on Friday. No, actually, no, we won't. We'll be back again on Monday for Mopar Monday, unless something comes up. I forgot I did the Free Friday on Wednesday this week, so we could do this video. So anyways, we'll be back again on Monday unless something pops up. Thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy your weekend.